Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are taking on the third stage of Supreme Magnificent Battle against the Super Saiyan Blue Goku here. And this is a one-phase fight, and he is Int type. And what we are doing specifically in this video is we are doing a Chi strat. So there is a very easy way to beat this boss. So if you're just like someone that's newer and you're having trouble just beating Supreme Magnificent Battle, this could be an easy W for you. Now, there are a couple of things you got to do here. One is you have to have this Goku that you see on the far left of my screen here. This is, I believe, the Turles movie Goku. He is just a regular banner unit that you can get. He's probably, he's the worst unit on this team build that I'm doing right here. But you actually use him as the leader. So the two conditions are you want to have this guy easy aid and set as your leader. And you have to be able to find a friend one. Now, fortunately, there are some players out there that are pretty savvy to this trick that have set them as the lead. So let me talk about the leader as you kind of watch this battle kind of unfold here. You'll notice my attack stats are really low for what they normally would be. My defense stats are really low for what they normally would be. And the reason why is this physical Goku Turles movie unit is only a 50% leader skill, and it's 50% for physical type. The thing is, though, is he lowers the opponent's attack by like 43% or something like that. And so what it is if you run a double lead, yes, you're only getting a 50% leader skill, but the opponent's attack is reduced by 86%. So they can barely do damage to you. So you might be saying, well, why don't people always run this unit? Well, the reason why you need very specific conditions for this to work, which is that you need to be doing a difficult fight, where like a full physical team works, so preferably against an int enemy, and they have to be able to have their attack reduced. Many enemies in the game you can't reduce their attack, but this is a Chi strat you could probably use on some other like red zone fights and things like that as well, if you wanted to try it out. Now my team, basically what you do is that Goku you see on the screen right there, that's going to be your leader and then friend unit. And then the rest of your team, just run the best physical units you have. So yes, my team is slotted with like top tier physical units right now. So you can see I've got this really nice Boo rotation. I'm running the new Gogeta. Just really powerful units. But you can see they're still only hitting like 3 mil attack stats, you know, like really, really weak. Because we're only getting a 50% leader skill. But you'll see this Supreme Magnificent Battle Goku just cannot deal damage to us. I think there's one spot in the video where maybe we take like 200k or something like that, but that's like the worst we take. And for the most part, most units are going to be fine in here. I think they're definitely like, you're not guaranteed to win if you have the two leaders, because if like you have really bad physical units, like they still will get beat up pretty good. But yeah, you can see it. And this video doesn't take me too long. Like I saw a run online, and that's how I kind of found out about the strat. Somebody posted a run online. I think it was on Facebook. Yeah, it was Facebook or Twitter. But it was like a really bad team. Like it was the Goku lead. And then like the rest of the team was like really bad banner units. Like physical launch, stuff like that. Like just really not that great of units. And they still got it done. But it took them 55 minutes. So this is going to be about a 15-minute run, which I would say is actually fine. That's like a good normal run. And it's just because we have top tier, like normal physical units, right? We got Goku Black here, super easy. We got the Carnival Trunks. We got the, obviously the new Gogeta there. So, but you don't have to have the top tier. So that's kind of like the extremes, right? I would say my 15-minute run is about what you're going to get with like a really top tier team outside of that leader. And then I would say, about an hour is what it's going to take you if you run like a really bad team. But like you might be able to squeak by, because as you see here, this whole video, whatever this Goku does to us, it's pretty much double digits the whole way through. Like I said, there was one hit where I took a little bit of damage somewhere off of like a super, and it might have already happened. I might have talked through it. But otherwise, like, we just can't die. We can just sit in here like forever. And what's nice about this, this is a fight, especially if you don't have like the best damaging units in the game, that will take you a while. You could very easily just bring like defense stackers in here and just stack and stack and stack to the point where it would literally be impossible for him to kill you. So I think I just wanted to show you this because I thought this was kind of funny. This isn't the first time, by the way, like people have used kind of these really cheesy leaders to get by with stuff. There is there's an SR Boda Magetta, like a physical unit. I think it starts off as just a physical Botamo, and it's like an SR you just get on the banners. You probably have him in your box. When you awaken him, he goes up to level 100, and that's his max awakening. But he awakens into a Boda Magetta, but his leader skill, it's like reduces damage by like 40% or 44%. It's like a damage reduction leader skill. And so if you run 2 of them, your team has like so much damage reduction. The problem with the Batamo cheese, which people had done that in the past, because damage reduction, like bosses can't get around that. The problem is we've seen in today's game, even with really high damage reduction, if you don't have defense, you'll still die. And Batamo, the Boda Magetta doesn't give you any key or stats. So it used to work in like older Dokkan when like it was mainly like when Super Battle Road was like really hard, when that was the top tier content. You could kind of cheese it with that. Because the bosses weren't strong enough to get over that much damage reduction back then. But you don't really see the Boda Magetta strat anymore because it's not enough. Like you can't, like you will still just get obliterated. It doesn't matter. If you have like no leader skill defense, just the pure damage reduction still won't be enough. You'll get crushed. But this Goku works a little bit nicer because it's just heavily reducing the enemy's attack, and you still get stats and you still get ki. So it just feels a lot more runnable. And we're doing at least a little bit of damage. In some of the units, like Physical Goku Black in this video, he gets up to like 10 mil attack stats still with a 50% leader skill. That's how crazy that Physical Goku Black is, by the way. So yeah, when you're normally hitting like 25 to 30 mil attack stats, that's like on this, with a 50% leader skill, that's when you're seeing like 8 or 9 mil. So if you see like those, close to 10 mil attack stats, those are really damn impressive when you're only running a 50% leader skill here. And here's the fun thing. We get to use like all these active skills and stuff that I haven't seen much of yet. So yeah, we get to use Trunks' domain here. We got to use Gogeta's active skill, like get into Gogeta Blue. We're going to be able to do the locking mechanic. So that's a nice thing here about kind of doing a little bit longer fight. But yeah, this is pretty fun. The physical turles Goku, who knew, right? So yeah, if you're like, if you're a veteran player, like you will have him because he's just been unfeatured on so many, on every banner since the end of time. But if you're brand new, you still may have gotten that Goku like while summoning for Gogeta because he's just unfeatured on every banner. So you'll have to see if you got him. But once again, I don't. Like, I never like doing cheese strats in games. I think, back when I did DFFOO, Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, there were a couple of really toxic fights where I just had to cheese it to get by it, and I only did it out of desperation. But when the cheese is available, I don't do it unless it's absolutely necessary. Like, to me, it's not having as much fun with the game. This fight, to be honest, though, was actually kind of fun. But I would prefer, like, I'm never going to use the strat again. I just wanted to make the video to show it. So that way, like, other players, maybe this will help you beat something you can't beat. Can definitely help you out, right? It's even something, too, where if you're struggling with, like, a mid-level event because you're just so new, if you can find a way to get, this guy as a friend. I think the hardest part is just getting this guy set as a friend unit. If you know somebody that plays the game, like, and message them, they will probably set it for you. I just got lucky and there happened to be one sitting on my friends list. Or no, it wasn't even on my friends list. It was just a guest unit was there. Now, my gut feeling is that I think players are catching on to this. And so there is like an automated system that will set like bot leaders of units that are commonly used in this event. And I think the more people use this turles Goku in here, there may just be a bot version of that Goku in here because it's seeing that players are using him. So in this fight specifically, you might have an easier time finding this turles movie Goku, which is cool. But you can see we got Goku here about halfway dead, so we're just chugging along. But like physical Buhan there, right? Our Boo tanks. He's been stacking, so like he's actually getting to okay defensive levels. I mean, he's like 300k defense, right? Compared to Goku Black there at 70k, but Goku Black there, he's going to, like, Goku Black's going to look ridiculous on this turn because he gets a bunch of stats as he gets hit. So he's going to get hit a bunch in slot 1. And he gets like a bunch of stats per orb. So Goku Black works so well here. Watch Goku Black here. He's going to get a pretty nice chunk of physical orbs. Yeah, right there. That's a nice pod right there of 9 orbs. So Goku Black now, yeah, over 300k defense, which is super impressive with a 50% leader skill. Like, Goku cannot touch 300k defense right now because he is so crippled on his attack. And here, we're just building up more. And there you go, 9.6 million for Goku Black. 9.6 million. Pretty ridiculous. Oh, and specifically, the other reason why you can't use this Turles Movie Goku in a bunch of fights, it specifically lowers the attack of int enemies. So, like, you can't just use this anywhere. So it's got to be a fight that only has one phase that's int, or if it has multiple phases, they all have to be int. And they have to be able to have their attack lowered. So that's why people aren't just doing this strat, like, everywhere. It's a very specific leader skill. So yeah, you would have to run a full physical team against an int enemy who can have its attack lowered. But in any fight where that's the case, feel free to use this strat. And this fight happens to fit all of those things, which is why I think it's just now that I am first seeing this strat being used. It's one of those things where, like, some of these banner units just have really weird, odd leader skills. And I usually don't pay attention to them because they're, for the most part, not runnable. But once in a while, you'll hit a gem like, you know, like this in Bona Megiddo, where you can get some cheese out of it, for sure. So here we go. We got Trunks can kind of like unload his, oh gosh, what do you call these again? It's the one where the standby. So he's unloading his standby attack after using the standby skill last turn. So this is the standby attack here. So giant sword to the face. To the entire body, actually, for 10 mil. Which, yeah, we'll take 10 mil damage on a 50% leader skill. So if you think about it, like, my whole team with both leaders is getting 100% stats. So that's still, like, weaker than one leader skill. Like, it's half of a 200% leader skill for one of the leaders. Like, we are really lowering our stats, but we're lowering his even more. That it works out to our favor. And then, like I said, some of these units are just so strong that even without all the extra stats, they can just build up and still do decent damage. It's kind of crazy. Let's see what Trunks does right here. Trunks 4 mil. I mean, we will take a 4 mil attack stat. 2.5. I mean, if you think back to even when like 70% leader skill was the meta, like, if you hit 1 million damage, that was, like, crazy insane, right? Like, back then, units were hitting, like, 200k, 300k damage. So the fact that we're on a lower leader skill than that and hitting, like, 4, 5 million, 9 million with Goku Black, it's just crazy. Could you imagine back in the, you know, for veterans watching this video, can you imagine back in the 70% leader era hitting, like, 4 to 5 million attack stats? Like, our jaws would be dropping. Like, what is this unit right now? Like, back then you could see those numbers, but it was strictly for nuking. Like, because nuking was a meta at one point where the nuking leaders were actually like top tier, like what you would run. And then you would just bring orb changing items and just nuke bosses. Like, that was actually a meta for a while. So it's not like those numbers were unheard of. It's just in a normal situation, you would never come close to that. It's like now it'd be like, so like hitting like the 4 to 5 million attack stats. Back then, that would be the equivalent now of doing like a punching bag and hitting like 100 mil shots, right? Like the over cap damage type of shots. And I think it's fitting here. We let Goku Black, the GOAT, with a 10 mil attack stat, finish the fight off. And there you go. So Supreme Battle Spectacle defeated with a 50% leader skill, you guys. 50%. And we get it done. And you can see here, I'll show it here at the end. I think I click on the team. But nice little 15-minute clear. And there you go. That is the Turles Movie Goku double leader. Got it done. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.